Alrighty, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Darkstar, and today we're gonna be playing some Spider-Man 2. I guess while I'm playing this, I'm gonna go ahead and give some crazy ass hot takes that's gonna get me shot. Like on the cool, the some of these hot takes are gonna be some pretty unpopular takes. Some people probably gonna shoot me for these takes. Some people may agree with me on these takes. Some people may just slightly disagree or respectfully disagree. But on the but worst come to worst, I'm probably gonna get shot. It is what it is. I'm just yeah. It's one of those things I can accept the fact that people won't that I can respectfully disagree with people and still, be okay with it. And then let me fuck this dude up real quick. Goofy ass motherfucker. Ooh. Okay, so I guess I can start with one hot take since I'm playing as Spider-Man right now. This will be like one pertaining to Spider-Man. All right, so one of my first hot takes I'm definitely gonna freaking start with. This one's kind of a common sense one, but apparently, you're gonna have people that I guess are, and I don't want to say this to well, I'm gonna be disrespectful when I say it, and when I say it, I don't want nobody sitting up here thinking, "Oh, I'm not a fan of this character." I'm a diehard fan of this character. Okay, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be something that's gonna piss off the bat sexuals. What do I mean by bat sexuals? Bat sexuals are motherfuckers that are like obsessed with Batman and think Batman cannot lose any match that he's in. Which I mean, as a Batman fan, even I know that that's a load of shit. Okay. So with that said, here comes my hot take. If Spider-Man and Batman were in a random encounter, Spider-Man's beating the brakes off of Batman. Oh, hey Bobby, what's going on? That's my girlfriend actually, just so y'all know. But anyway, yeah. I don't care what any bisexual says about this shit. I'm probably gonna get shit for this. I'm probably gonna hear people be like, "Oh, you're not a true Batman fan." Nigga, I've been a fan of Batman since I was like fucking 5 years old. Y'all can eat a dick. Like, there hasn't been a single Batman movie I have not watched. Not a single like Batman the animated series episode I have not watched, and not to mention I read a lot of Batman comics. Furthermore, I've actually got to meet the late Neil Adams before he fucking passed away. Which, by the way, is one of my favorite fucking Batman artists of all time. Don't give two fucks what any of y'all fucking say. In which, another hot take, man, y'all need to give Neil Adams his fucking credit. Like, I know there's some people that aren't really too big of a fan of Neil Adams. He was probably one of the best writers for Batman. I said it. I said what I said. I don't go fuck. But yeah, random encounter. There's not anything that Batman can really do against Spider-Man, especially if it's a random encounter. He has no knowledge about Spider-Man. There isn't shit he can do about it. Like, he's not touching Spider-Man. I don't care what y'all say. He's not touching Spider-Man. But these guys are. But nah, Batman's like, what the fuck? Who the? Oh no, I gotta take care of these snipers. Hang on. But yeah, I gotta fucking say that, dude. Oh, I had to just kind of get that off my chest because I got my ass killed. I should have learned to fucking heal and dodge. Again, I'm not all that great at this game. I haven't played this game in months, so I'm a little rusty. Like, you know how when like you start playing a game you haven't played in a while and you're like rusty at it, and like your timing and shit is just all off, and you're like, what the hell did I just do? Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. Oh, night. That was the fucking move I was trying to do the whole time. Was the The one where he uses the web to drag to pull them all. That's the one I was trying to do. Good night. Yeah. Yep. There we go with that. Trying to think of another good hot take I can get with. Another one's gonna piss me off. Um. Okay. This one I know is gonna piss off everybody. Well, not really everybody, but I know it's gonna piss a lot of people off with this one. I think the whole fucking thing about when it comes to like comic book movies and the whole comic book movies are just really like media in general when it comes to the whole thing about race swapping characters. If you want my honest opinion on that, I think in some cases it's selective outrage. I think it's selective outrage. Now, why am I saying it's selective outrage? Because the only time it's an issue is when it's like a white character that gets swapped out with another person of color. White people real quick to want to fucking get pissed off about it. And I'm only saying specific type of white people. I'm not saying all because I have again. I'm gonna just preface this once. I have nothing against anybody of any race. I think I hate everybody fucking equally. Just making that perfectly clear because I don't want some goofy motherfucker to get take from what I'm saying right now is that oh I'm a racist, oh you hate white. No, dude. I hate everybody equally, man. I really do. I hate white people just as equally. I hate certain white people equally, just like I hate certain black people equally. Just like I hate certain people that are Latino or any race equally. I don't discriminate. If I don't like you, I just don't fucking like you. Race has nothing to do whether you're a good person, whether you're a cool person, or if you're just a piece of shit individual. Doesn't change that. Just so we're clear. But I'm just making it known that when you hear all these people that get pissed off about the race swapping, who the vast majority are. And I'm just that the main ones that are vocal about it. And I'd say it's selective outrage because I got done reading a fucking post a couple days ago from Elon Musk, which by the way, that goofy motherfucker, I think he's back on the fucking ketamine. He needs to get his ass off the fucking either get off the ketamine or get checked out in a rehab for that shit, something. Because I mean, ketamine's a hell of a drug apparently. Because the dude can't even fucking say a whole straight fucking sentence without stuttering. But I digress. So there was this post he posted saying some shit about making a big deal about race swap characters, and he tried to do the stupid meme everybody does with the whole Martin Luther King a as who was it, Ryan Gosling or some shit, which is kind of a stupid fucking meme by the way. And I'm gonna kind of touch on that in a little bit when it comes to why that whole meme is stupid. And you know what, I'm about to kick this fucker. I forgot about that. But yeah, the reason I say the whole race swapping is selective outrage because when he tried to say it doesn't happen the other way around, yeah, it fucking does. That has happened many times. Couple examples I could think of. If anybody's watched the biggest example that doesn't get pointed out and does not get called out, if you watch if you watch the live action Spawn movie, okay, the live action Spawn movie, notice how the character of Terry Fitzgerald is played by a white guy. If y'all read the actual comics, Terry Fitzgerald is a black dude. Always has and always will be. Thank you, babe. Sorry, my girl gave me some juice. Thank you. Cause Lord knows I'm a fucking need it for this fucking for all this shit for all these fucking hot takes. I'm a fucking need it. But yeah, I'm somebody that's noticed that happened. No one said shit, right? Same with the Avatar movie. That was like one of those ones. It didn't get called out until much later, and that was like, And when I'm talking Avatar, so we're clear, I'm talking The Last Airbender. I'm not talking the blue people. I'm talking Last Airbender. How you had Aang, how you had Aang, Sokka, and Katara, they were all freaking whitewashed. Let's not also forget about um Matako Kusanagi on Ghost in the Shell, which by the way, Ghost in the Shell is my favorite fucking movie, just so y'all know. One of my favorite animes. The live action, I fucking hated it. Like that one pissed me the fuck off. Because for the most part, they did stray away from the freaking source material. But that's a whole different video on its own. Like that's something that can get turned into a video, but I'm too lazy to do that shit. I'm just gonna be honest. But yeah, like I just love how people didn't have that much outrage, but yet you take a fucking character like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good example of like let's say Tim Drake, and when they made him black, motherfuckers lost their shit with fucking Titans. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be that person. I used to make a big deal about shit like that, but then it's like as I've gotten older, I just never really cared because even for me, if the actor is that badass at the fucking role, I don't give a fuck. And prime example of that, the character of Baron Mordo in Doctor Strange, which by the way, Doctor Strange is definitely like one of my favorite Marvel is up there as one of my top 5 favorite standalone Marvel movies. So we're clear, standalone Marvel movies. I'm not talking Avengers, anything like that. I'm talking just standalone. The first Doctor Strange was probably one of my favorites. Granted, I took no issue. Like, I know a lot of people took issue with a lot of the race swapping in it. With the race swapping of Baron Mordo, and people take issue of the gender and race swap of the Ancient One. I took slight issue with the race swap with the Ancient One. I didn't care too much about the gender swap. The race swap, I did take kind of issue with it just because of how it was kind of tied to the character. But I digress. You know, but they made it work, and I feel like in some cases, if you race swap a character, shit, hang on, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, get back in there, get in there. Sorry, I gotta say the same thing that my coworkers say when we're on the line, and like one of us is like go like falling behind and shit. We just be like, dude, what are you doing? Get in there. Shit. Don't let my boy Leroy be on my fucking live because if he's on this fucking live, he gonna say that shit. Get in there. You know. Anyway, but yeah, like if it's tied to the character's race, I can see issue. But if the race is not tied to the character and they race swap, I take issue. I can most certainly take issues. That's why if you were to do a character like Black Panther, it wouldn't work. Same with a character like I don't know, Batman, it wouldn't work. The reason why it wouldn't work with Bruce Wayne is just because if you know anything about the Wayne's history, it goes tied all the way to like the western, what is it, like the western frontier, uh kind of all the way back to like around the Civil War. That's about as far back as the Wayne's history goes. So you couldn't make that narrative work. Same with like Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers is another example of that. Like it wouldn't work with Steve Rogers just because the whole point of Captain America, especially Steve Rogers, is that he was an immigrant that became the beacon of what America should be. So it wouldn't work for a character like Captain America with the race swapping unless you just use a different character, like they did Sam Wilson. But you know what? That's a whole different subject for another day because even I take issue with Sam Wilson being swapped as Captain America, but it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I will. It'll be a whole different subject on its own if I ever get around to talking about it. But anyway, but yeah, I do think it's selective outrage, in my opinion, when it just comes to the race swapping. If you have an actor that is that good in the character, and the character's origin isn't tied to their race, like a character like Black Panther or like Storm, then I don't see an issue with it. Oh shit, I'm trying to remember how to launch. Hold on. Give me a minute. Okay, I think I remember now. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Slingshot, motherfucker! Oh! Sorry, I was trying to do that the whole time. That's really all I was trying to do. What's going on in the park? But yeah, that's kind of one of those hot takes. If I say the race swapping is stupid, somebody probably gonna kill me. You know, I already know that's what's gonna happen. Somebody probably gonna kill me. It is what it is. Somebody's gonna try to kill my black ass. It is what it is. I can't remember how to fucking. Ugh. How do you unlock the camera again? I forgot. Hold up. I'm forgetting the freaking controls in the game, man. I'm having a brain fart. Give me a second. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. There we go. Wait, what? Hold on. No, I'm trying to. Give me a minute. This is gonna piss me off. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. And then, fuck, what's another hot take I can give? Shit. Another hot take? Give me a minute. I'm trying to think of another good hot take because I had some hot takes that I thought about while I was at work. Shit. It was a fucking. I think it was a political hot take. Even though I don't like talking politics, I fucking hate talking politics. There was like a political hot take I was gonna fucking take. Oh, yeah, here's a fucking hot take that's gonna piss some people off, especially if it's like one of those people that are like too crazy when it comes to politics. Both sides are the fucking same. And I know this was a hot take. It's gonna piss everybody off. It's a hot take. It really pisses people off, and people get really emotional when it comes to this hot take. But it it just is what it is. And this is somebody who is neutral as fuck. You know, I call shit out the way I see it, and the way I'm seeing it when it just comes to, you know, left, right, Democrat, Republican, all that shit. It's all the fucking same shit. You know, it literally is the same shit. I don't. Oh boy, it's all the same shit, man. I don't care what nobody says, dude. It's all the fucking same. You know, two sides of the same coin. Especially if like you're trying to vote for one side because I guess you know some people have it to where it's like race alliance and shit. Some people aren't. Well, yeah, it's mostly just race alliance when people do it. Not all the time, just in most cases. And me, at the end of the day, I'm someone who I'm always gonna be black first. You know what I mean? Oh shit! Hold on, let me put this fire out. Oh boy, it's gonna explode. Oh, and then speaking of when it comes to race, here's a hot take. Here is a pretty good hot take. I think most people can agree with. I think racism is stupid. Racism is dumb, and I think when it comes to people being racist, a lot of times it's because they're very low IQ. Yeah, that's just my opinion on it. When it just comes to people being racist, is just because they're low IQ. Not even just that. There's more to that. It's not just the fact that they're low IQ. I think also what it is too, it has to do with some fucking inadequacies or something that in some way, shape, or form they feel, I guess, inadequate. So in order to make themselves feel better, they try to find some fucking. They go with what's the word I'm trying to look for? Shit. Sorry, I am like too fucking distracted right now, trying to whoop the shit out these motherfuckers right now. Oh damn, is this that one? Oh motherfucker. This is that shit where they have me doing where I'm having to fight Craven's henchmen, the fucking dude, the freaking fire crew, and the fucking symbiotes. Man, motherfucker. I'm gonna get on my back on my hot take in a minute. Hold on. I mean, big ugly. Oh, come on, big guy. How about to say, bro? Okay, I'm about to switch to Miles in a minute. All right, switch to Miles. Even then, Miles is a little bit more would be more my style as far as web swinging anyway. Oh, a spider web. All the spider bots. I thought I did. Here somewhere. I haven't played this game in forever, man. I forget where all the spider bots are. I'm here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let me go get it. Yeah, and then another hot take. I don't think there's any. Oh, but yeah, back to what I'm saying. Like, yeah, just when it comes to the whole thing with racism, back to what I'm saying. I think it's really just low IQ, low vibration. Just low vibration. Just low. People that are low IQ and just very, 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 very low vibrational. You know, just very, very, very low IQ and very low vibrational because they have nothing going on with their life. You know, and I'm always going to use this example of, well, actually, not just that, but there are some people that even will disguise their racism just because of, yeah, inadequacies, obviously. That's usually what it is for the most part. And anybody thinking that, well, and then here's this too. One thing I'm also going to say people that think that, oh, all groups of people are racist. Let me just say this: you saying that you sound kind of dumb, and I'm going to tell you why you sound kind of dumb when you say that. First off, racism is something that is it's taught. Not that people aren't just born racist. That's fucking that's a dumbass thing. That's a dumb take. I don't know why people even think that oh you that people that all groups of people are there are just racist outright. No, it's something that's learned, man. Oh shit. Fuck this. Me? Oh yeah, it's behavior that's learned, man. I don't know why some people just don't get that. I think what it is sometimes it just you have people that just they know it and they just don't care. And I think that's really what it is. Is you have people that do know this and just don't care. And it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, I just think racism is done along with racist stereotypes. Fucking stupid. And then also, here's this other thing too. I also think it's, and this is another hot take. I also think it's fucking stupid to assume that if you have one person from a certain group of people that if that one person acts like that, everybody's like that. Think about how fucking stupid you sound with that. You sound dumb as fuck with that shit. Like it's very retarded to think that because we're not nobody's a fucking monolith. You know what I mean? We gotta get off that bullshit. Especially in 2026, we gotta get off that bullshit. Just like I was thinking in 2026, we need to get off that racism bullshit. Straight up. And then, ooh, another hot take. Ben Affleck was the best, is probably one of the best Batmans that ever was on screen. I don't give a fuck what any of you guys fucking say. I love how you always have these people that glaze the fuck out of Christian Bale, say, oh, he was the best Batman. No, fucking, no. You guys are smoking fucking dick if you really think Christian Bale was the best Batman. All that tells me is it tells me a handful of things. One, you haven't watched enough Batman movies. That's number one. Number two, you never read a single Batman comic book in your entire fucking life. And three, you never watched Batman the animated fucking series. Because if you have, you would know that Batman the animated series is the fucking gold standard when it comes to just Batman media as a whole. It is the gold fucking standard. In fact, a lot of shit that happened in the comics is because it freaking followed suit with Batman the animated series. Batman the Animated Series was the original trendsetter when it comes to fucking Batman. Fuck out of here, dude. Fuck you guys talking about saying Christian Bale was the best Batman. Man, get the fuck out of here. In fact, and this is just another hot take. Like, I love how people glaze the fuck out of the Dark Knight. Let me say this. All right, and this is just. And I don't mean no disrespect when I say this too. The only reason the Dark Knight movie was good was because of Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's take on the Joker, in my opinion, I will say that, and I will agree when people say Heath Ledger was the best Joker. As much as it pains me to say it, I have to agree. He was the best Joker. But just because he was the best Joker does not mean Christian Bale was the best Batman. No, Christian Bale was probably one of the worst fucking Batmans. And I can give you the reasons why I can put Christian Bale as one of the worst fucking Batmans. And I don't blame Christian Bale. Again, it's one of those things I'm gonna blame the writer. Sorry, I just wanted to see that shit before I got on my little rant. Before I got on my little soapbox right now, which is what I'm about to do in just a second. Oh, god damn. Even though I could block that. Oh man, where are these coming from? So for starters, with Christian Bale being one of the worst Batman, sorry, I got like too into this shit. But yeah, with Christian Bale being one of the worst Batmans, let me fucking explain. For starters, his fighting was shit. It was shit. Even though I know, like, it's a certain martial art style you do where it's close combat. I get that. But, yeah, like, nah, I just wasn't feeling it. Especially if you're supposed to be Batman, you're supposed to be like this badass motherfucker, bro. No. The reason people feared Batman in the comics, not just in the comics, but in like the Michael Keaton movies and in the fucking the DCEU, is because Batman had them fucking hands. Okay? Batman had them fucking hands. Like, I don't understand this whole thing with people like, oh, freaking, Christian Bale is the best Batman, he will whoop this Batman's ass. No. Michael Keaton's Batman, even when Michael Keaton's in his 70s, will kick the shit out of fucking Christian Bale's Batman. Like, the fact that Michael Keaton's Batman took down a fucking Kryptonian. Fuck out of here. Y'all get the fuck out of my face with that. Like, Christian Bale's Batman is nah. Sorry. And then don't even get me started with the fucking with the gravelly Batman voice. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. And then also, here's one important detail that that Christopher Nolan's Batman kind of missed. And it's actually kind of a key detail. A kind of key detail when it comes to Batman. Okay? It's the psychology part. And it doesn't surprise me that he missed it because very few movies, there's not really a lot of Batman movies that really touch on this. And it's that Batman is the primary personality, Bruce Wayne is the second person, is the disguise. Yeah, Batman is, it's not the other way around. People think it's the other way around, that Batman is the disguise and Bruce Wayne is the actual personality. No. It's the other way around. If you really read Batman comics, you kind of learn this. And not only that, they kind of really prefaced it in, I think it was it was one of the Justice League Trinity books, where it was around the time when they did the DC Rebirth, and they did the whole reintroduction of Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman meeting for the first time. And they all three of them put their hands on the lasso of truth, right? And they're like, let's say our real names. Diana revealed she was Diana of Themyscira. Superman went by Kal-El and Clark Kent. And when it was Batman's turn, he didn't say Bruce Wayne. This motherfucker said Batman. You cannot not trick the lasso of truth. There is no way to bypass the lasso of truth. Not even Batman can bypass the lasso of truth. So again, this goes back to the whole thing with the psychology of it, and this is where, in my opinion, I feel like the Dark Knight movies, they missed the mark. You know, like, for fuck's sakes, I'm even gonna say Val Kilmer was a better Batman. Now, I don't want to hear y'all being like, "Oh, you're just glazing Val Kilmer because he was dead." Man, let me make one thing fucking clear. Like, Batman Forever was one of my favorite fucking Batman movies. I feel like it's very underrated, and I always have felt like that. Like, that was like one of my favorite fucking Batman movies. The one thing I can say that I hated about it was just how they made Two-Face act more like the Joker. Don't be wrong, I like Tommy Lee Jones, but I wasn't a fan of his portrayal of Two-Face. And I gotta be honest about that. I have to be 100% honest and transparent about that. I did not mind Jim Carrey's portrayal of the Riddler. And I know that's one of those ones that some people are like 50-50 with. You know what I mean? And I can understand that. And even I'm a little, like, it's one of those ones that I can understand it. Me personally, I like it. I liked it. You know, I was a fan of it. But I can see how other people weren't really a fan of, you know, of his Spider-Man, and that's of his Riddler, and that's okay. Sorry, I don't know why the fuck I said Spider-Man. I probably said that because I'm fucking distracted with this game, because I haven't played this game in forever. And I mean, which, by the way, I'm gonna restart this game at some point. Like, as far as like replay the story, I'm gonna end up replaying it at some point. But anyway, back to what the hell I was saying. And yeah, even when we get into it, let's talk about one of the things I feel like Batman Forever did right is exploring the psychology of Bruce Wayne. Some people don't pay attention to details like that. They only pay attention to aesthetics. But when it comes to the storytelling, the fact that you had Dr. Chase really kind of exploring Bruce Wayne's psyche, not to mention the first time she saw Batman, she had already analyzed him. You know? She already had low-key analyzed him. But the one thing I can say he did a good job with is just concealing his identity for the most part. And then also there is a key detail that people did miss with that Batman, and and it's a subtle one, but it kind of calls back to fucking what was it? What was it? To like the Batman the animated series, and it really is like a really subtle detail that people tend to miss. Is if you see how Val Kilmer his voice changes when he's Bruce Wayne, which is what it's supposed to, which is that's what's supposed to happen. And then when he's Batman, you notice that his voice gets a little bit deeper, even when he's not in the suit and he's like at home and it's just Alfred and him in the Batcave. His voice does tend to change. It's a minor detail, but I mean, it's one that can't. It's like one of those things. Like if you're someone that pays attention to like subtle shit, you would notice that. And that was something I did kind of notice. I'm just saying. So again, I mean, the fact that they paid attention to those little details from the freaking comic books, not just from the comic books, but from like the animated movie. I mean, the animated series, which goes back to one thing I say is that when it comes to the Batman the animated series, it's the gold fucking standard when it comes to Batman. Is one of those things that it's one of those series and one of those things of Batman media, the gold fucking standard. Hell, how do you think Harley Quinn became a fucking thing? Oh shit, I forgot about. Oh god damn it, I fucked up. I accidentally hit the fucking triangle button going through the building. Catch this motherfucker. Hang on, gotta catch this guy. Gotta catch him. Gotta catch him. Man, he fast as shit. Oh no, motherfucker, you ain't getting away. Nah, he not getting away. Got him. To robot turkey. Hmm. Gotta do most of my fucking hot takes. I don't really have any more like really crazy hot takes per se right now at the moment. If I can come across one midway into the game, I'll get into it. But oh, all right. I got another hot take. Okay, this one's gonna get me shot. I don't care. All right, let me just get myself mentally ready for this one because I know when I say this one, I'm gonna get shot. All right, here it goes. David Cornsweat was a better Superman than Henry Cavill. There, I fucking said it. I fucking said it. It's no shade towards Henry Cavill, but David Cornsweat was a better Superman. So I don't care what nobody says. I said what the fuck I said, and I'm probably if I get if somebody comes around and if freaking pistol whips me or something, hey, it is what it is, dude. It's not gonna change my mind. And then speaking of DC, I feel like when it comes to comic book fandom, I feel like a lot of times when it comes to a lot of these comic movies, the fans destroy the fandom. It's not outside media or anything like that. Fans destroy the we're dumb, freaking overly emotional fans kill the fandom. And when I mean by like overly emotional fans, I'm talking like example, the Snyder fans. Yeah, the people that are part of the Snyder cult. They usually tend to be people like that usually tend to be the ones that kill the fandom a lot of times. And they just turn people off to a lot of the superhero movies and stuff. Like I hate to say it, they really do turn a lot of like non comic book fans off to wanting to even watch these movies, and then it's like we wonder why universe reboots tend to happen. This is why, or when we have certain movies that or certain movies or certain projects that barely get some traction, and then when one project fails, guess what happens? The other projects that you want to happen, they get thrown in the back burner. Yep, that's what the fuck happens. Why? Because we were telling people not to support this fucking project, thinking that, oh, it's probably gonna help get our other project that got freaking canceled off the ground. When in reality, no, it's not. It's just gonna make them not want to invest in superhero movies altogether. It's gonna make them want to pull out of wanting to support the genre. So it's like it's counterproductive, like to try to freaking sabotage this one project in hopes of thinking you're gonna get your other project back. No, that's counterproductive, dude. That's what 4-year-olds do. 4-year-olds do this bullshit where they want to act like spoiled brats, and when they don't get what they want, they say, "Well, guess what? If I can't have my freaking cake, nobody gets cake. If I can't have this toy, no one gets this fucking toy." You get what I'm saying with that shit? That's what tends to happen with a lot of these fucking, with a lot of this bullshit. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of my take on it. I just think the whole thing, when it comes to fandom, some people they just overkill with it. That's just my opinion. And I know a little bit later I'm gonna do some driving, so just yeah, y'all just be patient. We will do some driving a little bit later. Probably do it in like a couple hours. I just know right now I need to catch this ugly motherfucker. Whoa, shit. Shit, they're not playing with me right now, are they? Oh, shit. Trying to turn the corner. Oh, nope. You ain't getting me. You missed. Turn the corner. Oh, god damn. Come on, get in the slipstream. There we go. I gotta remember, I'm not playing fucking Top Gun. Like right now, I'm thinking I'm playing Top Gun, so. Danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. I'm gonna take a ride into the danger zone. Gotta catch this motherfucking bird. Oh, winner, winner, chicken fucking dinner. Will it work? Craven's already dead. I'm gonna switch. Well, let's see. What kind of suit check did we get? Um, yeah, I'm about to do target acquisition. Okay, so I'm gonna switch one of Miles' suits. Okay, that's the one from the original game right here. Okay, now I see the difference. let's find the other vulture. Where is it at? Up there. Okay. Keep going down Times Square. Yeah, yeah, see, like that's how I would be web slinging if I was Spider Man, bro. I'd be having way too much fun with it. I'm gonna change one of his suits anyway. Where's the suit? Yeah, because that's supposed to be the new MCU suit. I'm trying to look at the web shooter. Nah, it's not this. I mean, it is the same, and it's not. There we go. Let's switch to Peter. But that's supposed to, yeah. So yeah, that's supposed to be what his new MCU suit's supposed to look like. It's pretty much the same suit that he wears at the end of No Way Home. Come on, get your ass over here, bro. Oh god damn it! Nice try. Go ahead and finish this one out. Good. I can't remember what happens here after I finish it. Come on. Yeah, but seriously, like every time I do this shit, I'm thinking like I'm playing Top Gun, man. Like no bullshit. Either Top Gun or Ace Combat. And when I'm saying Top Gun, I'm talking like the old school Top Gun game that was on. I think it was PS2. Yeah, there was two of them on PS. There's two. There was the one that was like the quote unquote flight sim, and then there was the one called Hard Lock, which was my fucking favorite. That one I fucking loved because it was like when you get into the dogfights, dude, that's when it got fun, man. Is like you'll chase down an enemy aircraft, and right when you get into there, it'll like go into like a whole different mode where you gotta like shoot them down with the freaking machine gun and or missiles. I feel like I like shooting the freaking I like shooting the other aircraft down with the machine gun better than the fucking missiles. But that's just me though. Come on. Not going too far. Got him. What happens from there? All right. That was always my first question. This motherfucker's real? Okay, let's see what happens next. Whatever. Fuck it, let's go. No. Ah, the bridge. Oh, wait, I got two more. Let's go. Crunchyroll. Is that what they called that move? A fucking Crunchyroll? What the fuck? That's fucked up. Yep, I saw something. Hang on. Ready? Let's do this. Ah, shit. Wasted on it. You know what? Let's do this. Nice. I didn't think that was actually gonna work. What the fuck? I did not think that was gonna work. That's crazy. Hold on. Give me a minute. Take a picture. Thank you. And I'm dropping in everybody. Oh shit. There we go. Needed to get to. I'm gonna finish those guys off and then pause. I'm like going completely away from what the fuck I was trying to do. Shit. There we go. I'm probably end up in this one right now. I'm gonna do another one. Probably like another out. Probably like another like 30 minutes. I'm gonna do another live. But I'm probably gonna be playing a driving game.